What's going on, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something fun and casual. We are doing a physical media resolution check-in, or maybe an update if you prefer update. So what do I mean by this? What is a physical media resolution? Well, at the beginning of the year in January, I thought it would be a very fun idea to write down things that I wanted to accomplish when it comes to physical media, my YouTube channel, anything movie related that I wanted to set for myself as far as goals for the brand new year of 2025. And so now that we're pretty much halfway through the year, I thought it's a great time to check in. So I did pull out my list. This is the list that I made back in January. I put it into one of the drawers in my dresser, so that way I knew exactly where it was, so I did not lose it. So I thought it would just be fun to check in and see how I am doing with my list. And I did look it over because I did forget a couple of these items that I did list. And there are some that I still need to get to, but I'm actually surprised that with a lot of these items that I listed, I'm doing pretty well and I'm getting closer to accomplishing. So the very first item on my list back in January that I wanted to accomplish, reach at least 15K subs here on YouTube. So at the time, I had 13,800. I was close to 14K. So I set my expectations going into 2025 kind of low. I didn't want to say I wanted to get 20,000 subscribers because I probably will not hit that. And at this point, I know I'm not going to hit that. But 15K is reasonable. And I think it's still in my sights because when I did check my YouTube studio and all my analytics, my subscriber count as of right now is 14,122. So reaching 15K in the next 6 months, it's possible. It's very possible. So I may hit 15K by the end of the year. All right, the next item on my list, use my AMC A-list more often. And this is something that I was really committing to because I was just getting in the habit of going once a week, Friday after work, really, getting excited to watch my one movie of the week. That's not enough. That's not enough if I'm trying to run a channel like this where I'm talking about movies all the time, and I wanted to go more. And so I figure Mondays and Tuesdays is a really great time. I could take those days off of work if I want, or I can go after work. So I've really modified my schedule to accommodate my AMC A-list. Plus, with the AMC A-list increasing to 4 visits a week now, that's potentially 16 movies a month that I can go and see in the theater. So I am happy to report that I've been using my AMC A-list a lot. In particular, ever since we got out of the winter months, January, February, and kind of like March, because I'm here in Connecticut, I'm here in the Northeast, and we get some wicked snowstorms and ice, and if it's messy out, I do not go out there just to see a movie. And so ever since we got over the bad winter months, I've been going. There's been some weeks where I've gone 4 times. One week I went 5 times in one week because it resets on Friday. So I went Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then it reset on Friday. So I have done that. So I'm happy. I'm happy that I have been accomplishing that goal. There we go. I was forgetting the word. I'm very happy that I am accomplishing that particular goal. Okay. The next goal on my list, watch The Sopranos and True Blood. So the reason why I chose The Sopranos and True Blood is because The Sopranos, I had never seen The Sopranos before, and it was so shocking to a lot of people because I love mob movies. I love anything to do with crime and mafia, and The Sopranos You would have thought I'd seen this when it was on HBO in real time. And I hadn't. For some reason, The Sopranos was a blind spot for me. And so I knew right off the bat that going into 2025, I had to see The Sopranos. Well, I am happy to report that I completely finished the entire series of The Sopranos. My mom got addicted as well. We were watching the episodes together. It was kind of ridiculous. Like, it was one of those experiences where my mom would say, you want to watch one more? Like one more when you're with your friend or something and you're enabling each other with shows that you're binge watching. You want to watch another one? That is what she would be saying to me constantly. I mean, we would be watching 3 episodes a night and she would want to continue and watch 4. But I'm happy to say we finished the entire series. Even my dad got into it. And my dad is not about violence at all. Like, he is the most kind-hearted man. He is not violent at all. He hates horror films for that reason. But let me tell you, he was watching Sopranos with us every single night. It was so fun to have a show that we were all watching together. It really bonded us for, like, I would say 2 or 3 months that we were watching that show. So the next show will be True Blood. That is the next show, and I know already I cannot watch that with my parents. I was already warned by Kim and Julia that sent me the box sets for True Blood for Christmas last year. That's the reason why I put True Blood on my list. Also because I really enjoy vampires, as you guys know. So never seeing True Blood, that's kind of ridiculous too. But I already know I cannot watch that with my parents because I guess there's a lot of sexual moments and nudity or something. So no worries. I'll watch that down here by myself. So Sopranos, check off the list. A-list, check. 15K, cut like a half check. We're on the way. All right, next up. Pay off 2 of my credit cards. So obviously this was right before I started working with my debt relief program because that started happening in February. So I was really just gung-ho about paying off my credit cards, and I thought if I could pay off 2 credit cards in 2025, it would literally change my life. And of course it would, but I started working with my debt relief program, and so that is what it is. So technically we can just cut that from the list because it no longer qualifies with what I'm talking about. All right, focus on more classic movies because I do enjoy watching classic black and white films. You guys know I love Audrey Hepburn, Jimmy Stewart, Cary Grant is one of my personal favorites. Betty Davis. I really need to get into like the Betty Davis films, the Joan Crawford movies. Like I love all of those actors. Like I really need to focus in on those more. So I have not. Unfortunately, this is one item on the list that I haven't really, I think I forgot about it actually. I think I forgot about the classic movies that I put it on my list. So that is something that I should probably focus in on going into the next half of this year. The next item on my list, film more underrated movie videos. Well, I haven't done that. I have not. That's something I have not done. I do not think I've filmed one underrated movie video this entire year. So that is something I have not accomplished. So that is something that I really should focus in on. You know what? I think my problem is that there are so many movies in my collection that I still have not seen. I don't know. I feel like I'm not ready to film underrated movie videos because I still have so many in my collection that I have not seen. So how can I recommend something that I haven't seen? You know what I'm saying? Like, it just feels like I'm not ready, but I don't know. I will try. I will try to think of something. I'll try to, get some movies together and film an underrated video for you guys. But that is definitely something I need to work on as well. All right. Ooh, this next one I did well, I didn't fully accomplish this, but the majority I did. Watch my Scream Factory Never Seen It. So I had a huge pile in my bookshelf. You don't see it, but it's like over in the corner over there. I had a huge pile of Never Seen It Scream Factory titles. And so I had a Scream Factory watching month. That was my theme because I knew that was on my list and I wanted to just get them out of there because I feel like they've been there forever and I was feeling so bad about having them over there. And so I would say I watched about 90% of them. There are still a couple that are over there, but for the most part, I did get through the majority of them. So hopefully I can finish off everything by the end of the year. Okay, so the next item is work with Scream Factory or Arrow. So as you guys know, I do receive review copies from various studios, and I do work with Kino Lorber as a boutique label, and I would like to work more with boutique labels. So my goal was either Scream Factory or Arrow because I love them both, and there may be something in the works. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I want to say, because if it doesn't happen, you know what I'm saying? So maybe one of those, okay? One of those. If you start seeing either Scream Factory or Arrow postings, you'll know. Then you will know. So let's just leave it at that. So possibly. There's maybe something in the works with that. All right. Ooh, another one on my list that I have not accomplished yet. But you know what? The year's not over. We still have 6 more months to go through. Watch Columbia Classics Volume 4. So I have Columbia Classics 2, 3, and 4 in my physical media closet over there. I do not have the first box set, unfortunately. I started collecting them when the second box set came out. And I believe I've seen all of 2 and all of 3, but I have not started number 4. So I wanted to focus in on that and watch all of those in that box set. And I have not done that yet. I've not watched any of those movies in that set. So I need to accomplish that. And the final item on my list, see, not too bad. I actually really like these resolutions, and they're really a lot of fun to challenge yourself. So if you guys want to make your own resolutions, you can start now because you have 6 more months until the end of the year. So if you want to make personal resolutions for yourself, why not? You're starting in June or July, not January, and that is okay. So the last item on my list, because I will be the first one to admit, I do not read books. I used to read books a lot when I was younger, especially in like junior high, high school. I was not the most popular kid. Like I was in like choir and drama, you know, like music geek over here, you know, so I kind of read a lot, you know, to occupy my time and everything. But as I've gotten older, reading kind of fell off, and especially like going to college and constantly reading books every single day, like I was done. Like I was done reading books. I did not want to touch a book again. And so reading went on the back burner. Well, that all changed when Kim and Julia sent over The Age of Cage, a book all about Nicolas Cage's career. And I said to myself that I'm going to read this book. So that is what my last goal of this year was: read Age of Cage and more books in general. So I am very happy to report that I finished The Age of Cage. So Kim and Julia, thank you so very much for sending that over to me. They know my love of Nicolas Cage, and when they sent that and I opened up the package, I was just so surprised. And I loved it, absolutely loved it. And I committed, I'm going to read this book, and I did. So now I need to start reading other books. And I feel like the best way to do this is to just read books that are movie related, biographies of movie stars. that is what I'm most interested in right now. Who knows, maybe in the future I will expand, to other kinds of books, but right now, movie related is just like an easy go-to for me. So the next book on my list is Wicked. I want to read Wicked. I picked up the paperback at Walmart. It was a few months ago, but I wanted to finish Age of Cage first before I started a new book. And so now that I'm done with Age of Cage, I do want to start with Wicked. And now is a really good time because Wicked for Good is going to be coming out in November in 5 months or something. So now's the perfect time. This is the perfect time for me to start Wicked. So overall, I am very happy with everything that I have accomplished on my little list here. I mean, let's just count really quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so half of my list. There's 10 items that I listed, and I have accomplished 5. I'm on my way with my subscriber count for another goal accomplishment. So, fingers crossed that will happen by the end of 2025. Who knows? But thank you so much for watching this video today. I did have a lot of fun revisiting all of these resolutions. It took me back to January when I was first writing out the list. And actually, I'm already thinking about resolutions for 2026 because this is something that I want to keep doing because I think it's, like I said, it's really nice to challenge yourself and to set goals. And so you might as well set those challenges and goals for yourself with something that you're really interested in. And so this just seemed perfect for me and I'm really enjoying it. So if you guys want to make out, as I said, not make out, but if you want to create your own resolutions, do so and share them with me down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you next time.